SFRC Online.
A useful piece of equipment while working in the field is the compass. A compass can help you read a map, orientate yourself within a map, determine the bearing or azimuth of an object, or also determine your direction of travel. There are several different types of compasses, but today we are going to learn about the Silver Ranger and the Suntoe. We are going to start off though with the Silver Ranger. A silver compass can be distinguished by the needle, which is red and white and spins, the housing, the bezel, which is this black piece that you can adjust and the degrees are located on, the direction arrow, which is red and black and also spins when you turn the bezel, the mirror, and the sight. Now we're going to talk about finding the azimuth or the bearing of a distance object. In this case, we're going to use a tree. You want to hold the compass in one hand as level as possible. Make sure that you can see the distance object through the sight as you're holding the compass at eye level. When the needle settles, you're going to use the bezel to move the direction arrow so that the needle and the direction arrow line up parallel. Still looking through your sight at your distance object at the tree, you can make any fine adjustments to make sure that those still are lined up. Once they're lined up, you can pull the compass down and look to see the degrees. In this case, the tree is at about 46 degrees. And now we're going to look at the Suntoe compass. The Suntoe has a card dish, the housing, the viewfinder, and the sight. And then looking within the viewfinder, you can see the hair. And now we're going to use the Suntoe compass to determine the bearing or azimuth of an object. In this case, we're going to use a tree. So making sure that you're holding the compass perfectly level, hold the compass up to your eye, keeping both eyes open. With your right eye, if you're holding the compass to your right eye, you're going to use your right eye to find your distance object within the sight. And looking through the viewfinder, you're going to let the dish card settle, and moving your head back and forth, you're going to line up the needle with your object. And in this case, I'm getting a reading of 61 degrees for the azimuth of this tree. And now we're going to determine a direction of travel when we're given a bearing or an azimuth. If your teacher gives you an azimuth of 20 degrees, you're going to hold the compass up to your eye, keeping it perfectly level, and keeping both eyes open. You're going to look through the viewfinder and rotate your head gently until you stop right at 20 degrees. And you can look through the sight with your other eye that's not looking through the viewfinder and find a distance object that aligns. Once you find that distance object, that is going to be your direction of travel. There are a few important things to remember when using a compass. Never stand around any metal. This includes your vehicles or even holding pin flags in your hand when you're trying to use a compass. It's very important to hold the compass as level as possible to get the most accurate reading. Always check for declination. You can find declination of where you're located on topographical maps. Make sure that the instrument you're using is free from any defects. This includes cracks or bubbles. Lastly, always trust the compass. It's not going to lie to you. In conclusion, a compass is a very useful tool if you know how to use it properly.